With over 300 ethnic groups and more than 500 languages, Nigeria is undoubtedly a rich cultural tapestry. Different art forms reflect this cultural diversity. Without question, the Yoruba culture is one steeped in unique traditions.
This is a matter of an identity. This comes from Yoruba land, basically. In fact, the attire that is perhaps in other cultures too, in Africa, but since I'm from Abeokuta, and this is about, say something about me.
Adire simply means tie and dye. In the actual word, it means adi, are, adi, are. When you now join the two together, it's adire. Aṣọ tá a dì tá a rẹ òun ló ń jẹ́ àdìrẹ.
Kéré náà ni mo ti wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Torí àwa ò ń ṣiṣẹ́ mi. Iṣẹ́ yẹn náà la máa ń ṣe. Ọ̀làjú tó wọ̀ ni wípé tí wọ́n bá fẹ́yàwó nílé bàbá mi, nílé àrò, a ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Tó bá mú àbúrò ẹ̀ wá, àbọ̀mọ́ ọ̀dọ̀, àbí ìyàwó, a ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Iṣẹ́ yẹn ò bọ́ síta nígbà yẹn.
Àjèjì bó nílẹ̀ dùlà ní ló ṣe jẹ́.
There is a place in southwest Nigeria, Abeokuta, a name significant for its rocky terrain. The city gates welcome you to Egbaland, the home of Adire. Adire textile production is a tradition for the Egba people, an art form passed on from generation to generation. The craft is mostly a family heritage. The Jojolola clan of Kenta were the first to make Adire in Abeokuta. The matriarch of the clan, Chief Miniya Jojolola Shueton, was an artful Adire maker. She was so influential in the community that she was crowned the second Iyalode, head of women of Egbaland. Over the years, creating Adire designs evolved through simple techniques including tie and dye, folding, crumpling, and sprinkling. The splashing of hot wax onto a cloth as a resist agent also replaced the traditional cassava paste. This process takes about 3 days to design a yard and about 2 weeks for 5 yards of Adire. With tenacity and dexterity, the intricate patterns comes alive with vibrant colors. The older fabric type of Adire or tie and dye is prized for its beauty and cultural expression. The scent of the fabric evokes sweet memories of simpler times.
Really know the history that I knew was that when I was young, my cover cloth, Asho Bora, Timafin Bora, my mother ties the cloth herself, and I can hear as she uses the native echo and maybe some stones to, to create the patterns. I could hardly wait, and after that she goes to dye it, and then suddenly say, Alani, Asho Bora Elele. Till today I can smell the dye because this is mine. This is especially for me. You know, it wasn't bought on the market. My mother made this.
The fabric is also a unique symbol of the links between African countries. Across sub-Saharan Africa, one can find different expressions of Adire.
You go to some other African countries like Mali, Ghana, other places, you see some traits of Yoruba people there too. That's why we don't speak the same language. So in the process where the trade have established here, in the process of trading alongside the the African coast, we realize that there are some other tribes also in Africa that does what we actually into. But they don't call it Adire because they have their own language. For simplicity, so that we can understand ourselves, they call it Kampala. So we call it Adire, being our own language. You go to some other country, even in Indonesia, they have the name they call it. You understand? So when we start having this trade cross-bordering between us and them, so that they can identify what we are selling as the same thing as what they are into also, we start calling it Kampala. So it now turns to Adire Kampala. It's not Adire and, no, it's Adire / Kampala. So it's either Adire or Kampala is the...
For Mr. Kilani, Adire is not only a piece of cloth, it is also a symbol of his true African identity, connecting him to his motherland.
I wear it because it is mine, you know, and I'm proud of it. Anytime that I travel, for instance, anywhere I go in the world, I have the Yoruba Ibile cap on my head, you know, and everybody, when you see people, you can at a glance guess where they're likely to be from. And sometimes people come to me, they just say, you must be from West Africa. And I say, that's close enough, because that's home. Or some other time, they might, you know, when they come to meet me, send someone to meet me at the airport and say, TK, how can we, no, don't worry about it. I'm the only one that will put on this type of cap on my head. You know, so I think it's a matter of, you know, identity.
Nínú àṣà ìdílé wọn tún máa ń ṣe kan fáyà tuntun. Ìyàwó àtìgí tó bá mú débi àrò tí ó níná. Wọ́n á wá ṣàdúrà fún ìyàwó sínú omi. Wọ́n á yóò mi tán mú ìyàgà ní látòrí lọ. Títí lọ́jọ́ ìfẹ́ ìfúnra.
Madam Sadiat Akamo is the head of market women in Itoku, the Iyaloja. She is worried that artisans are no longer focused on the traditional methods. Instead, the younger generation wants to make quick profit.
Ṣùgbọ́n bí tójú làdé nísìn, a lè jókòó sójú kan ṣe torí nígbà yẹn bá a bá máa yí padà ń sìn, a sọ pé adágún odò nígbà yẹn, adágún odò ó máa ń rùn ni. Ṣé mọ̀ tán bá dàgbẹ́ sí, kò ní ṣàn lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jódò tó ń ṣàn, bó tilẹ̀ nǹkan ṣèdọ̀tí sí tó, bó tilẹ̀ nǹkan ṣe ìdọ̀tí sí tó, lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ omi máa gbé lọ, kò ní rùn.
Dáyé tipẹ́tipẹ́. Ọ̀làjú ṣàlàyé. Ó tó di pọ́n káwọn kú bàjẹ́ o. Ọ̀làjú ṣàlàyé. Ìlú ti dáyé tipẹ́tipẹ́. Ọ̀làjú ṣàlàyé. Ó tó di pọ́n wá lógo òdù. oṣù ti dáyé tipẹ́tipẹ́. ó tó di fọ́n wákàtí kèrò. òkúta náà ń ṣàánú gbà kan. kátó máa lọ ṣàánú òdìbò. olùlàfẹ́ ń lu ṣọ́ngbà kan.
With modern techniques, the family ties of Adire artisans have been diluted. Mr. Ogunfidodo Michael is one of the few remaining men who inherited knowledge of the craft from his grandmother.
From my late granny to my granny to my mother and on to me. You understand? In most cases, it's like that, but not anymore. Because we now have different people coming over to learn. Even people who are not even related to us. They come over that, yes, I want to learn this, I have interest. Okay, fine. If you want to, no problem. Even nowadays, we have people that said, okay, fine, I'm in US, I'm in Canada, I'm in Ghana, I'm in certain places, I can't come over. Can you do just a simple online training for me? I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. Then we do online training for them. So it's no more like that anymore. So it's a general thing now for anybody that has the interest to learn.
Adire Mall is the biggest ultra-modern market in Nigeria. Some residents call it Kentai Toku Market. Adire is not just a textile, it represents the rich culture of Yoruba heritage. The art, which started as a small family business, has now blossomed into an industry which serves millions of people.
tó wọ̀ nìyẹn nígbà tá a dẹ̀ ń wò wípé àwọn ọmọ tèmi pọ̀ nínú ẹ̀ gan àwọn tó ń dẹ̀ ti dàgbà tó ń tẹ̀ ti dèèyàn ẹnjìníà nínú wọn àròyé ni mo fi tọ́ wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe wọ́n máa ṣe ódì kù tọ́mọ́ mi tí ò máa ṣe ódì èyí tẹ́ ẹ bá tó jáde tí mo ní kó kó mi síta yẹn àkọ́bí mi nìyẹn ìdí ẹ̀ ló wà at least mo lọ́mọ tó 3-4 yàtọ̀ sọ́mọ ọmọ tọ́n dẹ̀ ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù tó ń tajà tó àdúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọ̀rọ̀ àdìrẹ ti kúrò ní yẹ̀yẹ̀ nítorí wípé ó ti di ìlú mọ̀ká àìmọye àwọn ọmọ iléèwé tí wọ́n ti tara wa dìde tí wọ́n ti tara wa ṣoríire àwọn ẹlòmíì òbí wọn tàbí bàbá wọn tàbí ìyá wọn á wá ṣiṣẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ òun lè rówó jẹun ni nígbà tọ́kàn ẹ̀ bá balẹ̀ òun náà máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tà àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ṣe fígọ̀ àdìrẹ pé ọjà mi yìí sìn ó lé ní 700.
So far so good. That is empowering young graduates, is Adire, this industry, this indigenous textile, because it's as I said, is a university of its own. They have different faculty. You can imagine the population of people that you have in a university. So it's a very big industry that is quite diversified. That even if you are not lazy, you will make your own. We have a lot of young graduates in this market now. Unlike in those days where everybody is old. Very few young of us. But now we have a lot of young graduates who are in this industry now. And I will still encourage, stop saying there is no job in this country. There's a lot of job. You just have to be creative. Not everybody will have to get government job. Not everybody will get federal government appointment. Not everybody will get banking job. No. If you are talking about self-employed, this is one of the areas to be self-employed. Come to Adire industry. You'll be surprised. You'll be amazed what you will achieve within a very short time. But the only thing you need is just to be creative. If you are creative, you will achieve it. So it's an industry that I know that can help at least 50% of Nigerian youth. Because there is nothing that we can produce presently that will satisfy the need of people we have in this country. Not to take loss of West Africa or Africa as a whole.
For instance, most of my clients, we've never seen each other before. Let me say 90% of my clients. You know, I hardly have working customers. Most of my customers are online. You know, we do send, you know, using logistics. We use GIG, DHL. We send to Canada, UK, even within Nigeria. We send to the north. So, and it's actually based on trust. And you know, these days, you don't have to travel down before you can get what you need. Just send your customers pictures, and they are getting what they need. Sure. And so the technology has actually helped a lot. So you know, sending goods to customers, and when the moment they get what they actually requested for, it will actually prompt them to order more. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So, but if you don't deliver what they requested for, that person will actually be pissed off. Like, oh no. So it's actually work hand in hand. The technology and you providing the service the customer needs.
Tunde Kilani believes that the artifact of Yoruba culture must be appreciated, but the true spirit can only be carried on for generations in the hearts and souls of its people.
To advise the Yorubas, what I just do is in my own small space, and some people might follow, might be inspired, but by the way I'm using it, I'm not going to say Yorubas should throw away all other dresses and so on. I think they should just be more conscious and supportive of their own, so that it can bring development, economic development, freedom and prosperity to the people where God has blessed us with these things.
The Haitian handcraft of Adire has survived through ages, but is now at risk. An inferior machine print, which produce multiple designs in minutes, is threatening the hearts. For artisans, this is bad news.
The only problem that we have is about the materials that we are using. There's no materials. They are not producing any materials in Nigeria. Around 84, 85, they are producing materials in Nigeria like Arewa textile, Kaduna textile, then Ado textile. We are using the materials that they made in Nigeria. But now all the companies are full up. They are import the materials to Nigeria. So that's the problem, the challenge we have. Then before we are using 100% cotton. The one they are made in Nigeria, they are making it 100% cotton. But now you see 60%, you see 40%, you see 50%. That it is, if you are not mature in this product, you cannot know exactly what the material that you can use to do the Kampala. We expect the government to reopen the company. We are begging them since to make sure that they produce these materials in Nigeria. Like Kaduna textile, Gaskas textile in Kano. They are still produced to Ankara. Why can't they produce the material that we are using before? We are using Gaskas textile. Beautiful, very good materials. We are begging the government to reopen that company, to let them do the materials that we want.
The state government and traditional rulers support the Adire industry as a way to preserve Yoruba cultural heritage.
In order to elevate the status of Adire fabric and make it a global brand, it is important that we also provide a present global platform for marketing and distribution.
A very bold attempt to marry culture with technology. So on the one hand, we are preserving the culture of our people. At the same time, we are adding value. And we're using technology to bring it to the entire world. That's what we are coming here to do today.
The government encourages the use of Adire in state functions. Dignitaries are often fashionably styled in colorful Adire fabric. Whether created by old processes or innovative methods, Adire continues to survive fashion trends. On a cultural level, Adire appeals very much to the fashion conscious in Yoruba land, Nigeria, and the whole world at large. The modern production techniques may be cheaper and faster to produce, but the handcraft of Igbo women, the love, warmth, affection that goes into each knot tied, the sheen and softness of fabric can never be replaced by modern processes. Adire remains a symbol of Yoruba heritage, traditions, and festivity.
Ìgbà ẹranko ìdè náà dẹ̀ ẹ̀kún